Hello folks, this is Bob C-Gar coming to you from my studio in Springfield, Oregon, which is correct, a lawn chair in front of my garage. Well, got a new phone. It's supposed to have better camera, so I'm sure you're going to see a lot more of the imperfections in my perfect face. Hope everybody's having a good month of May. Weather's getting better. Trying to do some projects around the house. Wanted to talk a little bit about the jet from Qatar. $400 million jet they want to give to Trump to use as Air Force One, because Air Force One is 30 years old, something like that, 40 years old. I don't remember what it said. I think 30 or 40 years old. So anyway, so they're going to have to revamp it and, strip it all down and make sure there's no, electronic bugs in it. Make sure that they're, everything, it's got to be all prepped to be Air Force One and all of that stuff. And probably got to be bulletproofed and da-da-da-da-da. They're saying it's going to cost $1 billion to do that. What do I think about it? Well, I think what the heck, and the problem is I think that they're saying the new Air Force One is supposed to be ready in the end of 28. And so I don't know how long it would take them to redo this one and get it ready to fly as Air Force One. But if they could do it in a year, then maybe it makes sense to do it. But they're also saying that after Trump is out of office, then it will go to his library. So I guess you could look at that's a donation for him. I can see how that case could be made. I think he's very frustrated. He, brokered the deal for the new Air Force One, and it was supposed to have been done. And, now he comes into office and, would be expecting, hey, I'm going to have a new plane. He's still got the same old piece of crap. So I can go either way on it. I don't think it's, this, what do they call that, quid pro quo or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that. I don't see, if you were doing something like that, it would be he gets the plane and Qatar gets $5 trillion of investment from the U.S. Didn't work that way. He's getting the plane and he's getting $5 trillion of investment from Qatar. So that's not quid pro quo. That's win, win, win. So I would say, let him do it. I don't think it's that big a deal. If they were offering an armored car, and we had a use for that, it'd be one thing. I know, like when he bought a Tesla when Elon Musk was getting raked over the coals, and Tesla was getting raked over the coals for their for doing Doge, and Trump bought a Tesla. He said, it's going to be here for all the staffers to use or whatever. Anybody needs it can use it. It wasn't really, he bought it with his own money. It was a personal, purchase. But, he was, I think Trump, I'm not saying money isn't important to him, because it's definitely important to him. I mean, the guy's selling watches on TV now, the Trump time watch, which is funny. But I would prefer he wasn't doing that stuff. I would prefer he's just be the president and that's it. Don't get involved in commercials and all this other stuff. But he's Trump. He's going to do things his way. As long as things move forward, we keep the tax cuts, and we focus on cutting back what Doge is doing, finding the fraud and rooting it out and doing away with it. I think, keep lower and lower and lower. And that's good. I think we got to work on the deficit, and I'm not sure that tax cuts help the deficit, except that when we didn't have the tax cuts, the deficits were still rising because politicians, they just spend however much money they get, they spend it. So if we do tax cuts, they're going to get less money. They're not going to be able to spend that money. They'll have to deficit spend, and at least we'll see the meter going up. I mean, at least we'll see, they'll feel the pressure. I guess that's what I'm saying. They'll feel the pressure. So anyway, of course, Biden had the cancer, and I think that's too bad. I hate to see anybody have that, but I think that, it's obvious that he's had it for a while. So either he kept it from us, or his doctors didn't do thorough examinations on him, or he did the examinations and his wife never told him. I mean, who knows what the deal is, but I really don't trust her at all. I think that she's, they just kept, and they're still doing it. They're trying to get a book deal, and they're keep still putting him out there, and it's just sad. I mean, the guy is shot. Leave him alone. Let him sit in a rocking chair. Let him sit on the beach, whatever it is he does, and just leave him alone. Let the guy just go into the sunset. But I think that the people who did cover up for him, and people who did, any decisions that were made for him without his approval, I think those people need to be held accountable. So anyway, I hope everybody has a good Memorial weekend. It's coming up. And I'm looking forward to getting a T-Bird out and cruising with the top down and having fun. And everybody, enjoy your life while you have it. I mean, just that whole thing with Biden. I mean, they're saying that it could go really fast with that kind of cancer once it gets to your bones. So you don't know what your future holds. So enjoy your life. Enjoy every day. I mean, you're only going to be here for so long. You might as well make the most of it. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Take care. Later.